Pump Futures, leading the way to excellence. Great leadership starts with a bold vision. All men are endowed with certain inalienable rights: life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Slavery is an evil to be abolished. Fascism must be unconditionally eliminated. I have a dream: equal opportunity for all. But these visions do not become reality by someone thinking them. They require a leader asserting value-based goals that help people imagine a different, better world that everyone can aspire to and to help attain. This kind of leadership inspires coordinated activity and creates movements, organizing work over many years to achieve goals that were thought to be impossible. Pittsburgh has had more than its fair share of visionary leaders with seemingly impossible goals. Jonas Salk, 0 polio cases globally. Rachel Carson, Pittsburgh and a world without toxic pollution. Paul O'Neill, 0 worker injuries. Pittsburgh is a very good place to live with many great assets, but we also have many ways in which we are not yet excellent. We fail to educate too many children and to protect our environment. We fall short in including everyone in our civic improvement and keeping everyone safe from harm. We even fall short in creating a place where everyone can meet their basic financial and health needs. All of these problems are in human systems. They were created by us and they can be fixed by us. When was the last time a regional political leader inspired you in a movement to make this region great? Pump Futures was created to develop the next generation of leaders. Leaders who will not settle for selling mediocrity, but will instead mobilize the region to achieve the things that will make us great. As we learn to achieve this one goal for excellence, we can select and achieve other goals too, in pursuit of becoming the best place in the world to live, work, and play. To teach this kind of leadership, we need a shared goal that inspires people. Values-based. Tap into our better selves and universal beliefs of what's important. Unarguable. No one will raise their hand and say, I don't want this to happen. Concretely measurable. Must be able to track progress. Set at the theoretical limit of perfect, limited only by the laws of physics so that every time the goal is not met, it can be addressed. Pump Futures goals. And the nominees are 100% student proficiency, 0 achievement gap. 100% voter participation, 0 net CO2 emissions, 0 obesity, 0 poverty, 0 safety incidents.
The most important thing you can do to give a person the opportunity to live up to their full potential is to give them an excellent education. Many people believe that some children and adults can't learn. This is not true. Every human being has unlimited potential. To help every student be proficient in every core life skill, we can learn to create schools and social service systems that meet all of a child's needs, one at a time. We will puncture the myth that there are inevitable failures in education. In doing so, we will build a workforce capable of supporting any industry and reduce or eliminate the disparities between whole communities that are doomed to unfulfilled potential. The Pittsburgh Promise is a wonderful guarantee of financial support for successful students. Now we need to make a promise to every student that we will create a system across our region where they can use this gift.
Have you ever noticed that the neighborhoods with the best roads, the best schools, the best police protection are neighborhoods where people turn out and vote in every election cycle? This is not a coincidence. Democracy requires the involvement of every citizen, and when people don't participate, politicians don't pay attention. Imagine now a world where everyone does vote in an informed way based on their own self-interest in every election cycle. Politicians would be forced to come to every neighborhood and be involved with people in ways that they aren't now. This is why PUMP has selected 100% voter participation as a key goal for our region.
Zero net CO2 emissions allows us to address climate change and our energy future while simultaneously growing the local economy, reducing environmental impact, and ensuring our energy independence. Zero net CO2 emissions means reducing our overall greenhouse gas emissions while growing green space and planting more trees to capture the carbon that is released. Zero net CO2 emissions encompasses several environmental issues, including energy efficiency, renewable energy, transportation, waste and recycling, and stormwater management. Pittsburgh has the opportunity to be at the forefront of solving a global problem by setting aggressive targets locally.
At least she has her health. This common refrain reveals an important truth. Poor health creates more limitations than any other thing you can do to your body. As smoking has become less prevalent and exercise and eating habits have deteriorated, obesity is emerging as our #1 public health threat. Achieving this goal requires revamping everyone's diet, exercise, and behavior, and rethinking the way we design our community to encourage walking and healthy food options. Doing so would create enormous health benefit and reduce health and disability costs. We could create a model for addressing this national epidemic and belie our unhealthy regional image.
What did you spend on your last car? If it was a new Camry, Altima, or Sonata, you probably spent more on your car than a family of 4 at the poverty level made last year. Trying to cover so many needs with so little wealth is not impossible, but it forces heartbreaking trade-offs between food and medicine, books, or other things that give people opportunity for a safe and fulfilling life. Poverty is both a cause of many social problems and the result of others. But if we could organize ourselves to support every family in their climb from poverty, we could address one of the deepest roots of social inequity, impacting almost every other societal problem we have.
Have you ever received that middle-of-the-night phone call that something bad has happened to a loved one? Or played a game in which a player is badly hurt and everything stops? I have, and no one wants that to happen to them. Nothing is more important than safety. Luckily, there are examples of people doing some of the most dangerous and complicated things in the world, like running nuclear power plants and submarines, air traffic control, and manufacturing operations. And they do it with almost perfect safety. To become perfectly safe, we need to agree that we all want to eliminate obvious risks, and then to learn and change every time we fall short. If you can produce perfect safety, you can produce any other outcome. And who wouldn't want to live here if you knew you and your family would be safe?
Now it's your turn to vote. Which one would you pick to make Pittsburgh the best place to live, work, and play?